With the price of modern day drivers skyrocketing, in today's video we're going to put TaylorMade's brand new £500 plus Qi35 Driver to the test. I'm going to go to my friends at Golf Clubs for Cash, Europe's largest second-hand retailer, and see just what driver I can get from a couple of generations old. We're going to not spend too much money, see potentially what the big differences are, and see realistically if you should be spending big money on 2025's latest and greatest, or if you should just go second-hand and save yourself some cash. Today we're at Golf Clubs for Cash and we're going to have a look at some slightly older drivers, especially in that TaylorMade range, because the Qi35 looks fantastic, but it's just a little bit expensive, isn't it? So we're going to look a little bit older, a little bit better value, and we're going to see, because potentially you can get some fantastic offerings even if you do want the latest and greatest, even if you want a generation before, even if you want a generation before that. But I found a golf club which is very similar to the Qi35, and to be honest, I'm going to have a look at it because for the price, you can see there are some exceptional bargains here at Clubs for Cash. You could even go as old as potentially a TaylorMade M2, because these things perform fantastic. They were one of the first multi-material designs, and that actually looks really, that is such a good spec as well. This video wasn't going to be about this. It wasn't. Do we? Check how much this is, £155.99. Now I'm going to stick to the MO because I've found a club in, not this one, a TaylorMade SIM2 Driver, which is very similar looking to potentially the new Qi35 on top. And this is going to set you back with a hazardous 6.0 shaft, £244.99. So essentially half the price of the brand new Qi35. Let's get this out on the golf course, let's get it in the studio, and let's see just if this could be the best driver for the money in 2025. And just like that, we are back out on the golf course with what I think is an absolute bargain, to be honest, the TaylorMade SIM2 Driver from a couple of years ago. Now, you'll see this did set us back £244, so less than half the price of the new Qi35. Now we look at both these drivers, there's a lot of similarities, there's also a lot of differences that TaylorMade have done. I think the Qi35 is probably the biggest leap in the core model that we've seen in quite some time. You'll see that we do have movable weights in this core model of Qi35, so a 3 gram weight in the front and a 13 gram weight in the back there. So that's set and it's kind of nice forgiving setting. The reason I've done that is because you can see we do have a weight here on the SIM2, but this, although looks like a key can go in it, isn't a movable weight. That's just a weight that's in the front of the head to make it a little bit lower spin while still being forgiving, because we have a 16 gram weight at the back there on the inertia generator. So both these clubs have an inertia generator, both these clubs have a carbon sole, both these clubs have a through slot speed pocket, both these clubs have a face. I was going to say carbon face, but they don't. So obviously carbon face on the Qi35, just a good old fashioned twist face on the SIM2. I'm going to throw this out there. I think this looks better than the Qi35. It looks absolutely gorgeous. The colour scheme's fantastic. I love that Traxel carbon crown. I love that multi-material composite here on top. And I love that aluminium ring as well. That was something which I think TaylorMade did to allow them to move the weight proprietary around. I've got that so mixed up, but I'm just going to stick with it. Basically, you can shift the weight around to make it a little bit more forgiving while still being a good driver. So, very similar shafts in here. I've got a hazardous 6 in the SIM2. We're into the wind a little bit. So, just aim down the middle. Now, that was a really heely strike. It's going to be okay. It's going to be down the right-hand side of the fairway. Oh, it's still going. In the right-hand rough, that one. That really, I've struck that there. So twist face has potentially helped us a little bit, otherwise that might have gone further to the right. Not my best strike here. And it's interesting because you might think, James, you need to hit hundreds and hundreds of shots with this to get a true answer. I don't believe that. I think just a couple of drives, because you only get one chance on a golf course, don't you? So potentially, let's put this to the test now. A similar strike with this would hopefully perform a little bit better. TaylorMade's message with the Qi35 is that they've tried to make it a little bit lower MOI, a little bit kind of lower spin whilst being more forgiving. So they're trying to cover all bases. Now, let's go a similar swing. I don't want to try and hit a better shot, I just want to hit a similar shot. Straight away the head looks so much bigger, more elongated with this Qi35. And that's a carbon copy, Bob, isn't it? I can't quite believe that. Where's that going to finish? Oh, this is interesting. This is really interesting. I'm really glad I've hit that because that's a real test for both these clubs' forgiveness elements. We're also going to do this test inside as well, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And hit that subscribe button if you want to see more driver tests, because we've pretty much raided the guys at Clubs for Cash, haven't we? So full stock here if anyone wants anything. So I feel like that couldn't have really gone much better. They're very close to each other, and we'll have a look when we get down there which one's which, but I feel like I could have done this test differently. We could have maybe gone older than the SIM2, we could have gone SIM, we could have gone M2, M5, M6, all those drivers. But I feel like the SIM2s, to be honest, it's probably one of my favourite TaylorMade drivers for a long time. It really, really is a good looking, good sounding, good performing driver, as we'll see when we get to the numbers section. But I also think that it's that nice middle ground of price as well. It's actually not depreciated as much as what I potentially thought it might have done, because £244 is still a lot of money, but it's not 529, is it? So if we have a look at these, they are bang next to each other. They're both exactly the same strikes. I mean, if you want to be really picky, the SIM2 is straighter, it's close to the fairway, and actually the Qi35 is maybe, what, 2-3 yards longer, Bob? And it was actually the worst kind of strike for this into the wind shot. So the left shot is the SIM2, the right shot's the Qi35. What are we saying? 1, 2, 3 and a bit yards, 4 yards, but it's further away. Which would you have? You'd probably have that one, wouldn't you? Further, yep, 1-0. Okay, should we talk head covers? Because I think this quite often, if the Qi35 was last year's driver, and you're like, oh, I wonder what TaylorMade are going to bring out next, what it's going to be, what do you reckon it is? And they brought this out, and we'd not seen a SIM before, 2. I've just thought then, is it a SIM or a SIM2? It is a SIM2. Would you think, oh, that's amazing? I can't believe they've put an aluminium ring there, a carbon crown, a white face. Like, it does look really good. If they just put the carbon face on it, because I do like the carbon face. I think it might give you a little bit more forgiveness and ball speed potentially, but I think it just sounds really good and looks cool. So there's that to go at as well. So, do I go SIM2 here, Bob, or do I go Qi35 first? Yeah. Like, whoever designed this head cover, I'm sorry, but it's just awful, isn't it? Like, I do quite like the look of the driver. Like, if you look at shelf appeal wise, I mean, I still think the SIM2's got like banging shelf appeal, hasn't it, realistically? But then you look at the crown of them both. Obviously, we've got Infinity Crown on the Qi35 and the multi-material on the SIM2. Someone's had a bit of a sky on that as well, haven't they? They've done a Dave Harrison and a Brett Cooper. It could be Dave, couldn't it? Could be Dave. Right, downwind now, so we can really just open the shoulders up and let it go. Nice big drive with my expensive driver. Again, that's a little kind of cutty one. I don't mind it as a shot. There is a lake on the left-hand side, so I'm just going away from there, really. But one of the things you want to think about when you are spending money second-hand is, obviously, what are the specs? How adjustable is it? What's the shaft? What's the grip like? The grip's really nice, actually. I think it is that kind of original grip as well. TaylorMade Crossline it is. So whoever's had this didn't get it re-gripped in its lifetime. I think there's a chance here, Bobby. There's a huge chance to stick one on the Qi35. Come on, let's get it out the middle. Oh, that's that lake. No! I've struck that so good as well. I don't think it has. I think that's in the lake. Let's go and see what the differences are. That, to be honest, again, pilot error, but it was a really well struck shot. The distance is going to be really good on that. That's that one that you want to hit in the simulator, because you pull it a little bit, it's low spin, ball speeds up, but it is in a lake. So there's that to contend with. Right. Do we go good news or bad news?
Bad news.
It's in the hazard, and we're not going to be able to go and play that really. But we can go, well, Bobby's going to go and get it. You're made for it. You're like all suit.
What do you mean made for it?
You're made for this.
That's like a proper backhanded compliment, that.
Is it? Well, Bobby can go and get that. But the good news is, I mean, although it is in the hazard, it is 15 yards past the Qi35, which is safely in play over there in the right-hand rough. Now, again, the Qi35 wasn't well struck. It was, again, that kind of Healy cutty one. I haven't really hit a good shot yet with the Qi35, but I can't give the points to the SIM2 because it's in a hazard. I feel like that's a bit of a double-edged sword, because it was a, if that's not a hazard there and it's just rough, you've probably got 1, maybe 2 less clubs in for half the price. You're going to get it. Look at that, man. Oh, he's gone. Don't get any mud on your white hat. Could you play that?
You could actually play it, it's fine here.
Yeah.
It's not even that wet.
Good lad. Okay guys, let's talk numbers for TaylorMade's brand new all singing, all dancing Qi35, and of course the SIM2 bargain from our friends at Clubs for Cash. I'll get some out there with the SIM2 first. We don't need to talk about looks and sound because we're doing that outside, but can we set a stall out with the SIM2? That's a nice drive to kick off, 3,000 spin. That should be pitching around 265-ish and then releasing up. 265.7, Bob, 280 total. And this is where you have to think, like, when it comes to the price of these, 244, I think you could probably get a, because this is a really good example. You could probably get a cheaper one if it was a little bit more beat up that people have got, but a lovely shot shape there as well. Oh, that's a towy one. That is not good. This is potentially where the new one might help a little bit. That's an awful shot, but we'll keep them in, Rob, because it's what we do. That was terrible. Also, you might say the new one would help you with that. You might also think if you hit shots like that, why on earth would you spend that amount of money on a new driver? That's a prime example of a good shot with the SIM2. Look at that, Bob. 275, releasing up to... So basically, it's 300 yards to beat it, isn't it? And that's like a really, really good swing for me. I'm happy with that. That's a good spin number. It's a good ball number. Could that be the 300-yarder? Oh, it's got to be. It's got to be, Bob. I'm glad I hit that second one, you know. So 300 plus yards for a driver of half the price. Now, the cat is well and truly amongst the pigeons, isn't it? I best perform now. I feel like I've just figured something out. Sounds totally different, doesn't it? It sounds a lot tinnier. That felt fantastic. That's done really well, that one. That's done really well. Oh, there we go, Bob. There we go, come on. It's got to be, is it? What's that pitching? 275. No! No! Right, so I'm going to go with so far so good. I'm really enjoying this test, and I think it does show that there's a club out there for everyone. We could have gone cheaper, I think, to be honest, and still got good performance, because TaylorMade have been making fantastic drivers for a really long time. I think TaylorMade are really the ones where, in this era, they were the brand. Like Callaway were nowhere to be seen realistically when the SIM2 were around, and especially the M drivers. Right, over the corner. If that's long enough, it's perfect. You see that's carried it? Now, it's the cat amongst the pigeons, isn't it? Like I quite like the feel of that as well, although I do really like the feel of the carbon. Come on, same again. Let's just open these up. Oh, see, that's not the one you want. Is that safe, do you think? Just? Now, I've not put a very good display on with this driver. What I will say is it keeps coming to my rescue in this video. It's like doing the best it can for me, even in that forgiving setting. Which would you go with? I think for the price, it's hard to argue that that's doing really well, isn't it?
I think if you gave someone who didn't play golf that one, they'd probably say that was newer.
Yeah, I think that as well. Right, let's have a look. So the SIM2 did make it. I think it's fair to say only just. It's not a shot that you would necessarily want to have down there, but it did make it through. The Qi35, I've been saying that it's helped me out. I'm not entirely sure that you'd want that one in there. So that's a lost ball, unfortunately, with a £529 driver. Buzzing. Bobby, get yourself in there. Oh, there's two in here, Bob. He's running down. I was really hoping you'd just dive in there. No, I think they're goners. It is our ball because I can see it. Distance-wise, though, the same, if that counts for anything.